This week on Voyager we installed all new electrics, new solar panels, new lithium batteries, new MPPTs, new inverter charger, new DC to DCs. I did it with my good friend Geordie Boy, Chris from Sailhub, and my friend international skipping legend JC de Groot. This is my favourite project by far, mostly because it's going to have the biggest impacts on how we cruise, but we also used really good equipment. So like I've said before, enjoy the video, but do not copy anything I do. I am not a professional, I'm an idiot. Hello, so before we get into this video, I just want to explain briefly what the system is. I'm going to have to do this video in two parts because there was just way too much to go through. We've got like the solar panel system, we've got all the batteries, we've got the MPPTs, the inverter charger, the DC to DC. So I'll briefly explain and then you can watch how it's put together. First of all, batteries. Okay, 900 amp hours of lithium, not showing you anymore, you'll have to watch. 3000 watt inverter charger by Renogy, DC to DC charger by inverter Renogy. Then over here, we've got 240 amp MPPT chargers. We've got two 250s, 12 volts, which are parallel, go into one MPPT, and then we've got three 175s in series, which are going to the other MPPT. So enjoy, and in a couple of weeks, I'll put part 2 up. Right, so basically, this is the starter battery area here. That was actually the this was actually the house bank. But there's no starter battery in, so starting the motor and the generator was diverted to here, which I'm fine with. So I'm going to use these for starting the motor and the generator, but I'm going to be taking two of them away. Reason being, I don't need 400 amp hours to start the engine or the generator. And these two AGMs here are damaged. So you can see there, they've started to like bulb up. These are basically toast. So I'm taking those two out and then I'm not reusing them because the two there are absolutely enough to start the motor and the generator. So I'm just undoing all these cables now. I've just had to figure out what a couple of these cables are doing. Right, so I've got those two out and I'm actually going to get two new ones. These are what do you call these, Chris?
Swollen.
Call them pucks, don't you? These batteries are pucked.
Absolutely.
With an F. Been on the roids. These batteries have been on the roids. Look at the state of those. Look at that. So we couldn't get them out. They were like moulded together. Yeah, these needed changing, and those do as well. If you look down, you can actually see how they are like bulbed at the sides. So need a couple of starter batteries, but just cheapies. Just car starter batteries will do for these. So these are coming out. Those are literally ready to explode. 94 amp, bloody heavy for 94 amp hours. Garbage things. Probably ancient, been in there for ages. So yeah, these are all coming out. Get two new batteries. That's not bad. $500. That's okay. Not a terrible day. Not a super expensive day. So yeah, I went and got two new batteries, $190 each, 105 amp hours. Heavy. Heavy things compared to the lithiums. So I'm going to switch those out, get the new wiring in, so then we can just start messing around with everything, and then basically the battery box is done. Oh, what I'm also going to do is the MPPTs have a float, so I'm actually going to connect the float up to the float of the MPPTs up to the starter battery charging point in the DC-DC. So when my lithium batteries are full, which hopefully they always will be on anchor, the solar panels will then automatically divert to the DC-DC, which will then charge up my starter batteries. A lot of information, quite confusing, and I forget it every morning. I should probably write stuff down. We wake up and we're like, what was the stuff we discovered yesterday? And then we need to relearn it. Need to go down and collect my batteries, so I'll show you. Oh, here he is! Bloody hell, look at the biceps on that boy.
Morning, internet people.
Coming in all buff on the tranny. How's it going, mate?
Lovely, mate.
These are the new starter batteries I've got. Marina. Apparently these are the best batteries. Korean rubles or ringgits, whatever they are, pounds even, can buy you. Probably because they can get more money for them if they put marina rather than RV park on the battery. So yeah, going to get these hooked in, then we can properly mess around with the DC today and get that all finished. So as well as being a phenomenal Irish dancer, Chris is also an electrical engineer.
I'm not.
In his part-time. And he came up to me and said, Andrew, can you get me some probes? I was like, I thought you'd never ask.
Oh Jesus, that's what happens, isn't it? You go to bed for 5 minutes.
Do you want me to lock that in, mate?
It's alright, we're going to undo it.
So, Geordie boy's probing things. There you go. We've got ohms.
We have got ohms. We've got something.
That's what we like.
Somewhere. Okay, so that one there is what?
Chris is pretending to be French, as always. Right, so just explaining to everyone what we're doing. We're probing things. Other than that, we've got the lithiums coming, which are going under here. The current engine starter battery is under there. So what we're thinking is super simple, is just send the lithiums to the navigation panel so they power everything on the boat, and basically just like isolate the starter batteries to the engine and the generator. So I'm thinking this is a 5-minute job, really.
Well, it will be when you know where the cable's go.
When we know what we're doing.
But the problem is we've got to figure out the cabling to see what goes where.
Do you want me to get the schematics in English on the iPad?
That's probably a good place to start, isn't it?
Can't speak French. Lithium's arrived. So these are SuperB Epsilon 12 volt 150 amp hours. We've got 6 of these. So this is 900 watts of, sorry, 900 amp hours in total of energy. This is where you connect your data through, which is cool. And you've got your, get on there. There you go. Your terminals there, which you can actually just screw that out, and then you can put like a normal bolt in, which I think I'll do because I don't like those clamp-on ones. So that's those. And we've got these things for hooking them all up. No, actually they're not. Those are the battery monitors. Yeah, we've got these things for connecting them all up. We've got 4 of those. Y pieces. And then we've got the battery monitoring systems, which look like that. That's a little touchscreen situation, but I think they're designing a new one actually. So I think this is the old one, they've got a new one coming out soon, and that connects into the data connection in there, so that's cool. Right, getting a battery box. So, well, it's not a battery box, it's a shelf for the batteries. So these are the Green Goblins. They're all at 99% charge. So lithiums are going in here underneath. So this space is made for the washing machine, but I don't need that. So I've got the inverter going underneath there when that goes back down, and then the batteries are going in here. So there's 2 shelves, 3 are going in on each shelf. And I'm taking this out just so they can breathe a bit better. No, that was a mess. I'll glue that back on. Then I'm going to do another hole down there so they're not going to suffocate and they're not going to overheat. Yeah, I'll glue that back on. That's what I'm doing now. So I went to a little carpentry workshop place and I got a wicked deal on some plywood. Chris said it's the best plywood he's ever seen. So yeah, gonna get this all chopped up down there. I've got a jigsaw. I'm gonna have to glue that back on. What a plonker. 2 coats of varnish just to waterproof it slightly. It's not like there's water getting in there, but it could get a bit damp, I suppose, because it's pretty open to the bilge a little bit. But I've got loads of equipment down there, so if this is gonna break, that's gonna break. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'll show you. Yo, so I've got the little area mapped out where I'm gonna cut. So I've got one hole here, and it's going at the top of this section, and then I'm going to cut another one here, a little bit smaller than this one, but not to worry, it should be fine. There's lots of space for air to move around, hot air to escape, so a few drills, jigsaw, and this is done. Cool, so that hole's done. So this is the stuff that's turned up. So we've got here, this is the MPPT stuff. So this is the 40 amp MPPT charger with the Bluetooth communication device that goes into it, so everything can go onto your phone. So we've got two of those. We've got one for the existing solar panels, which is 500 watt. We've got another one for the free solar panels. So I've got 3 times 175 there downstairs. I need to give one to the stainless steel guy so he can make the little brackets for the, so they fit perfectly onto the stainless steel solar arch. Then we've got a DC to DC 50 amp, which is cool. So this, you can also plug solar panels into this. So this will do your alternator and it will do your solar panels, and then it will do battery to battery. So this is a super useful piece of equipment, and 50 amp as well. That gives you like quite a bit of input from either your alternator or your solar panels, whichever one. You can plug them all into there. So I've got the two, which should hopefully be okay for the solar panels that I've got. And if I ever want to add any more, I can plug some more solar panels into the DC to DC as well, which is sweet. And then we've got this thing, which is bloody heavy. So this is a 3000 watt inverter charger. This is so heavy. How heavy is this? Okay, right, so that actually wasn't heavy. I'm just apparently becoming a weak old man. Afternoon. JC is about to make us some spinach risotto.
Good lunch.
Spinach risotto. Poshest food we've eaten on this boat by far. Me and Chris have just been messing around with the Renogy 3000 watts inverter charger. So we've got all this ready to drop in. These are the data cables and the battery temperature. That's inverter out, shore power in to charge the batteries. Nice little LCD screen there. What do you think, Chris?
I like the way you stroked it.
Yeah, I did as well.
Doing a job on the generation game.
Ooh. And then that connects to this little doodah with a button. So we're dropping that.
It's a mighty little John off one, isn't it?
It is big, that one, isn't it? So we're dropping that down there, and then we need to run those two white cables up to there behind the panel, and then I'm going to go and get some cable for the battery terminals, bring it up ready for the battery, so I can just drop that down there and that's done, and hopefully I never need to go down there again ever. That's the intention. And then we can start dropping the green goblins, get those pieces in. But first, food. We're going to eat some risotto. We're going classy on Voyager today. What else are we having? Is it just like risotto with spinach, or is anything else going?
Risotto, spinach, and of course Greek feta.
And of course Greek feta. Why'd I ask? Right, here she is. Inverter in the hole. Looking good. I can just drop the front off there and attach the battery terminals, which I'm going to go and get after we've eaten some food. Job done. Yo, so bit of a crappy weather day today. We started sanding the starboard side of the boat, getting ready for some painting tomorrow, and it started absolutely smashing it down. It's like the worst rain I've seen since I've been in Greece. It looked like a comedy sketch, actually. It was that bad. So we sacked that off and we decided to get on with a little bit of electrical. Chris is going to be working on the inverter charger, and I'm going to be working on getting the MPPTs mounted in that little cupboard there. So we've got the wires running from the solar arch, so you can see those two wires up there. I don't know if you can. They're running through the starboard side of the boat, the front of that solar arch. They pop up in that cabin. They're run down here, and then they're popping up here. So it's those black two there. The other wires that are in the existing solar arch are already running to that old MPPT charger, which I'm going to be replacing with another Renogy one. And then from there, they're going to be running down here into the lithium batteries, which are there. And then I've got a couple of bus bars, which I'm attaching the MPPTs onto. That's the big fuse for the inverter. Then we've got a couple of these things here. So putting the DC to DCs on there, we're putting the MPPTs, and we're putting the inverter on there as well. So that's a nice, apparently that's the right way to do it, and that's the safe way to do it. I don't know if that's the safe way to do it. That's what Chris told me, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so this is what we're doing now. I'm going to get these mounted in here, get some wires run over to there, and then we're good to go. That's what we need to do to get the MPPTs installed. So I'm doing it. We had a great success today. We got everything we needed for the electrical. We got some extra stuff that we needed. Got some awesome Bosch tools, professional range. Went to Lidl, got yogurt, dog food for the yard dogs, juice. It was absolutely brilliant. And then JC was managing running the cables through from the solar panel to the back of the area where we're getting the MPPTs in. And he's mastered it.
We're getting there.
Absolutely mastered it. Poking them through, mate. That's wicked. How big is the hole?
Very small. That's
Well, why don't we drill it and make it bigger?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, leave that, mate. We'll drill that hole and make it bigger. Or we'll just drill a bigger hole.
But it's for the same hole, but in the back cabin, pushed it through a black tube. You cannot see it here behind. It's going all through, and then actually, let's go to the back, and we can see the cable here coming out. And I taped it with yellow. It's a good idea, because then it's much easier to see which is the cable that you're working on. And that's gonna go through where the toilet is. Here in the heads, cable should go behind here. Everything, to get all of that out, it's much easier to get this out and see if we can reach the cables here.
One other thing we need to do.
And I removed the...
Have you got them there?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to pull on one of those things popping out there.
Yeah.
When I pull on it, you tell me which one is moving. And we're going to mark it as positive or negative. Okay. Chris is here. Putting the
old Dodgeroo up.
Yeah, the new spray hood Dodgeroo up. That's there. He did that side. He went for a trip. Cushions are coming in. Nearly all of the cushions are done. It's coming together. See some juice and a cigarette, and then we're done. Right, so I've got the old one out. This little thing. Not seen this brand before. Sunwind. 20 amp. Little heat shrink on the back. Works okay. So I'll keep that as a spare, just in case these things break, which I don't expect them to. So I've taken the TV out. I'll put that over there. I think I'm just going to make a new panel for that. I really don't need a TV from 2003. Actually, though, in its day, that was probably the bomb. Aquos by Sharp. Sounds like it would have been fancy. It's got some pretty big speakers on it, but no need. So yeah, I'm going to take that out, take that thing out, and make a new cover for this. So yeah, I'm going to get those two mounted here, and then I'm going to have the breakers there. So we've got, these are the new solar ones. These are the old solar for the old panels. Those connect to the battery, and then we're going to have two more connections to the battery. Those are already sized, I presume, although they're quite small. But whatever, they're there. No, I'm going to run some new ones here. Actually, I don't want those. I think I'm going to use these thicker. I think those are 6mm. I don't know what these are. Definitely less than 6. So here's the progress. I've got these two in. I've got the temperature sensors connected up, and I've got the two earth cables connected up. They are running through here, through a couple of holes, and then they're all popping out down here. So I've got my two earth cables there, the two temperature sensors are popping out there. I'm going to have one on each battery bank, a lower and a higher. And yeah, I'm now just going to connect the bus bars. I'm going to have the negative down there and the positive up there, just so you can't accidentally touch both of them at the same time by chance. And then yeah, we can start running the rest of the cable. Just lost a massive chunk of my hair. We can start then running the power cable, which is this stuff, 10mm. It's quite heavy duty. We'll run that down through there, and then yeah, it's literally drop the lithiums in at that point. That's the next thing to do. These are really cool from Decathlon. And watch, you can... No, other way. 1 minute. 1 minute. Night mode. Red. So yeah, kind of making good progress on this now. I think maybe like 3 days more work and I'll have everything in. Right, so here's what's going on with the electrics. There's Chris. He's running all the solar wires through for the breakers. Wait, where's your breaker situation?
I broke them.
No, the panel that you made. Is it downstairs?
No, it's somewhere.
Oh no, it's up here. Let me show you this. It's amazing. It's the best looking thing on the boat.
Here
it is.
Ready for action, never in action.
There's a little panel for the breakers. Going like that, which is sweet. So you can see here we've got 30, 30, 30, 30, 15, 15. So we've got two, bloody hell, get my hair here. I look like Marge Simpson. So we've got two older solar panels, which are 250s. And I can't remember, I think they're like 12 amps or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but they're going into the positives and negatives are going into the 30 amp breakers. And then the 15 amps, that's actually powering the new panels, 375 watt panels, but they're in series, so the amperage is low, and I think the total volts is like 62 or something like that. So all of those can actually go through those two, so we can knock them all off, which is sweet. So this is the ins and outs all coming here. They'll all be attached to there. That'll go there. Boom, boom. What do you think, mate?
I think, yeah, reds to reds, blacks to blacks, blue to bits.
Yep, that's the way it goes. So yeah, it's going to start looking good in a minute. I just connected these ones running here. This is for the DC to DC from the old batteries. Yeah, so they're in down there, new ones. I brought them over from there to here, just so they're a bit more centre on the boat. Did a little spaghetti junction situation there. Sailboat approved, is that right? Nope, maybe not. We'll get the sticker on that one, never mind. So yeah, I can now close that up. Oh, actually I just need to put the battery temperature sensor on for the battery charger there, the master volt, which I'm also going to be using to charge up the old batteries for when I connect to shore if I want to. Right, and now they are in. So we've got the two MPPTs connected up here. They're connected up to the old batteries at the moment. The two units above, those little bleeping green things, those are the Bluetooth connections. They're connected to my phone on the application. So we've got all the wiring in, all looking nice. Chris did an amazing job. The cables run up to the breakers here. Sail hub was here. So the cables are running up to the breakers, which are up here. They're then running back into the MPPTs, and then they're running down into the batteries. So that is what they look like. Really nice job.